Hello and welcome. Here at the National Cybersecurity Agency of the Maldives, our whole mission is about making people, you, me, all of us, the strongest link in our digital world. And a big part of that is mastering new tools, not running away from them. So today, we're going to dive into a technology that is completely changing the game, and it's starting right in our classrooms.
So, let me ask you a question. What if every single student had their own personal Aristotle? For thousands of years, we've known what the absolute gold standard of education looks like, one-on-one tutoring. You just have to picture Aristotle guiding a young Alexander the Great, right? A mentor who can slow down when things get tough, speed up when you get it, and always go deeper. It's a world where no student is ever bored and no one ever gets left behind. It's the ideal we've always been chasing. But let's be real. For centuries, we've had this one massive problem. We just can't give every student their own personal Aristotle. The reality is one teacher trying to manage 30 students, all with totally different needs, different gaps in their knowledge, and learning at their own pace. Look, the system has served us, but we all know it is far, far from perfect. So, just how big is that gap between the ideal and the reality? Well, back in 1984, an education psychologist named Benjamin Bloom actually put a number on it. And what he found was stunning. He discovered that one-on-one tutoring could take an average student, someone right in the middle, at the 50th percentile, and launch them all the way to the 96th. That is a gigantic leap. He called it the 2 sigma problem because, frankly, scaling that kind of improvement for everyone just seemed impossible. Well, until now.
The engine driving all this change is generative AI, and specifically something called a large language model, or LLM. The easiest way to think about them is like these massive digital word brains. They've been trained on a truly colossal amount of text. We're talking books, articles, websites, the whole 9 yards. And by processing all that information, they start to learn the patterns, the context, and all the little connections in human language.
Okay, so how does this tech actually solve that huge 2 sigma problem? Well, the first part of the answer is that it can act as a personal super tutor for every student. It's there for you 24/7, it never gets tired, and, maybe most importantly, it has endless patience. Let's take a look at how this really works.
So, see what's happening here? Instead of just spitting out the answer, the AI is using what's called the Socratic method. It's asking these little guiding questions to get the student to think through the problem themselves. By helping them get to the answer on their own, it's building that critical thinking muscle that is the foundation of real, lasting learning.
And this same approach works for really complex, even sensitive topics. The AI isn't programmed to take a side or to preach a certain viewpoint. Instead, it just challenges the student to think more deeply, to consider different perspectives. The goal here is fostering critical analysis, not pushing an agenda.
Okay, but what about cheating? It's a huge, huge concern and a valid one. But the best way to think about this isn't using AI to write for you, but to write with you. It's like having a writing coach on demand. It can help you brainstorm ideas when you're stuck, suggest different outlines, critique your drafts to make them clearer, and even play devil's advocate to help you strengthen your arguments. The student is absolutely still doing the work, but now they have an incredibly powerful partner.
And this technology, it's not just for students. This is a potential game changer for our teachers too. So many of them are facing this massive burnout crisis. AI can step in and become the ultimate teaching assistant, giving them back the one thing they need most, their time.
Just look at the reality for the average teacher. They're putting in a 54-hour work week, and less than half of that time is actually spent teaching and interacting with students. The vast majority of their week is eaten up by administrative tasks, grading papers, and planning lessons. It's just not sustainable.
AI can completely flip this script. So imagine a teacher needs a lesson on World War II. They can ask the AI to whip one up. But then they can get creative and say, hey, can you connect this history lesson to, baseball? In a matter of minutes, not hours, they get a creative, customized lesson that connects a tough topic to something their students actually love. And that frees them up to do what they do best, teach.
And all of this brings us to the heart of the matter. Look, like any powerful new tool, AI comes with risks. It comes with valid concerns. And navigating this new world is going to require a whole new mindset from all of us.
We really have 2 choices here. The first choice is driven by fear. We can try to ban this technology, to restrict it, to pretend we can somehow stuff this genie back in the bottle. The other approach, well, it's what we like to call educated bravery. It's the proactive mindset of saying, okay, let's understand this tool, let's master what it can do, and let's learn to use it safely and ethically.
From our perspective here at the NCSA, this is what modern digital citizenship is all about. Making humans the strongest link means we have to master powerful tools like AI. It means learning to use them for good, while also understanding and guarding against the risks they bring. And let's be crystal clear, this is not some academic debate about the future. The world has already changed. There's a saying going around that's just so true. You won't be replaced by an AI, but you might be replaced by someone using AI. Being able to use these tools is quickly becoming a fundamental skill. Standing still just isn't an option anymore.
So we'll leave you with this question to think about. This technology is here. It's not coming, it has arrived. So will you be the one who masters it or the one who gets replaced by someone who does? The only real choice we have is how we decide to respond.